Hello, I am back. I am Justine, the Shaky Stitcher here on Flosstube and on Instagram. I have been gone for a little bit and it's been more than my normal 2 weeks. It's been double that, but I've been very sick. Let me drink some coffee out of my boyfriend's coffee cup. I'm always so scared I'm gonna break it because it's his favorite cup. But my life's a mess. I've been sick, and so I need a coffee cup that's not dirty. So let's jump right in. It's September 19th today, Thursday, just a random day because I just need to get a floss tube out there. I don't have a ton of progress on a ton of projects like I normally do, but if I wait any longer, it's going to look like I have so much progress, and I don't want to be deceiving in what I have completed. So, I have not prepared very well, and I know that. I went into this knowing that. So, I'm going to shuffle around some of my projects. I guess I'll show this first. So, everything's in a hoop, so let's take this out of the hoop. This is Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I've also got a hanging thread because I made an error. Okay, we'll take this out of this pretty hoop that came in a kit, and it was supposed to be finished in this hoop, but I was like, I'm going to use that. I never finished the kit. So, in case you haven't seen what this looks like, here it is. Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I won this in a giveaway from Jen's Fiberweb, and I started it immediately, but then I also started many other things. So, I gotta drink my coffee before it gets cold. I don't want microwaved coffee today. Okay, I'm doing mine on 28 count Carolina linen from the craft store. So it is quite little. Let's see. I think I fixed my lighting problem. I still have light coming in. You can't even see my thumb. There we go. From the back window. But I got a ring light. My boyfriend actually got it for me. He was like, this might help you. So I'm doing the DMCs with some substitutes just with what I had because I had to start this right away. And it is beautiful. Like I've mentioned in the past, I love that pumpkin patch on the bottom. It continues over onto this side, and I'm excited to finish it. But I've been really working on this border. I take this to, since it's a paper pattern, I take this to school drop-off, and that's where I've gotten some errors. Like these little acorn things. Sorry, my hand is literally so shaky. This one's usually less shaky. I made an error here, so that's a chunky boy. But it doesn't affect anything else. You see how that one's bigger than that one? Just this top part. I did one extra stitch. So, there's that. I'm not offended by the errors. I kind of just embrace it. That house has some errors, but I mean, it's like a moldy looking house anyways. Look at that house. You can't tell. There's no way. There's so many windows, there's so many color changes, or well, it's two colors, but it looks moldy. But I love that. It's a witch's house. So there's that. You guys will laugh at my floss for this. So I'm in the middle of converting my floss away bags to floss drops. My boyfriend 3D prints my floss drops for me. They're little alien heads. But this is what this looks like right now. Oh, that's not even the right one. I have some shared colors. So I have 3 rings of floss in here. Because in the car, I can't just grab. This is for a study in nature. God, I've just been throwing them in there so they look terrible. Look at this. just a random long one. I usually do my stuff on 28 count 1/1, so mine are pretty short. I do them pretty short because that's doubled over, so that's about the length, a little shorter than my arm, and I'm using one strand, so I'm doing the whole strand, no folding. So there's that. This is in a bag that I made. It's from an Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch tutorial. Don't look at my binding. I figured out my bag problem. I'll talk about that later. What the problem was and how I fixed it. But this is a wonderful little binder. It's got a vinyl, look at all that floss. It's got a vinyl pocket on one side and a regular pocket for your chart on the other. And then it's got a magnetic closure, which is so handy. I love that. We're going to toss these on the floor. I thought about cleaning up my background for this video, but I've been so sick and I have just enough energy to do a video and then continue working on my bag projects. So this is real life. There are laundry baskets over here. My fan, I didn't even move my fan. You can see my coat rack. It's lovely. But that's real life. It's where I am in life right now. What else do I have? I don't know what I want to show next. We'll show this. So this is All Are Equal in Death by Modern Folk Embroidery. My printer was running out of ink. That's a lot of black ink to print. I love this. It is so fun to stitch. I haven't gotten into the leaves too much, but what I have done has been awesome. I'm not looking forward to doing this double border around the whole piece. I may leave that out. This is in a bag I made that's quilted on the front. I was just practicing quilting for bags, and so this is all mismatched. Like, this fabric is this sparkly fabric here, and then the back is my moon fabric, because for some reason I thought I needed like 8 yards. Welcome to new bag making. I have practically 8 yards left of this moon fabric, but it's pretty. I love it. I'll show you my project now. This is 28 count Monaco that I dyed myself. I have a hanging thread. Like I said, I was sick. I'm not prepared. I wish I could get that to show. It's a variegated DMC. Let's look and see what it is. I think it's 40-45. Why did I zip this? 41-45. I was close. So it's a variegated DMC. It's very pretty. When I seen it, excuse me. When I seen it, I said, this looks like bones. I have to do that in this floss. I could have bought an overdyed, but this is so pretty. So why not? Why not use a DMC if I can? We are thrifty people over here on this channel. But here it is. It doesn't look like a ton of progress, but there's a double border around here that I got. I put his head on. He still needs a leg and arms, but I really wanted to do these vines, so I started those. And this fabric turned out really good. It looks nothing like I wanted it to look, but I think it works perfect for this. With the vines all over, you'll barely be able to see. It won't be quite a stark difference. And in person, it's more like ghostly than it looks here. Like, that looks really stark. Like, this looks really bright compared to how it looks. It's more of a dusty difference on it. So there's that. We must put them back in bags as we go, because I will cry if I have even more of a mess in my house than I've had from being sick for 4 weeks. Up next is no, instead of doing a new start, we will do, I don't have any finishes, you guys. Like I said, I've been very sick. I'll take this out. This is Jen's project from Jen's Fiber Web. I am doing a Carolyn Manning, I've got it in there really tight. Carolyn Manning round robin with Natasha from Britches Get Stitches, Jen from Jen's Fiber Web, and our friend Brittany. I'll have them all linked down below. Brittany doesn't have a Flosstube, but she has an Instagram. So, and she's a very good stitcher. So, we're doing a round robin. Let me see if I can fold this for you. A little sneak peek there. This is, let me look real quick. I know, so professional that I'm clicking on my computer in the middle of a video. Where is it? Is it Honeybee Behaven by Carolyn Manning? Yes, it is. Let's get back to the video. Okay. You guys just got my serious focus face. So here it is. So far. I'm not done with my portion. And it is wrinkly. This is Jen's. She did, this whole project is Jen's. But we're on our second rotation. So she completed this quarter. And I've got just the corner, well, this corner and the bottom corner. I've got 10% left. I finally hit 40% on the whole project. But that's what I have left. Or what I have done. I recently spent time filling in the fiddly bits. So the middle is, where is it? There she is. So it's right here. So I did these. That's so bad at showing. So there's a lot of fill in here of different colors. And so I've done my half, and it's a lot of little color changes. Can I just say that I'm not going to show you. I don't want to offend anybody. The back of Jen's project, her side is so neat. It's not even funny. I started the border before I even thought to look at the back of hers. And so there's some carrying. Not terrible. Not terrible. But I'm trying really hard now on this bottom portion to match, or at least get close to how Jen did hers. I keep looking at it and I'm just like, oh my god. I stitch like a heathen. Like Caroline from Thread Gribblins. They always talk about how she's got stuff going on her back. She's carrying stuff. Yeah, I stitch like a heathen apparently. So I'm working really hard to make my half now look more like Jen's. Because I'm thoroughly impressed. I've never had somebody else's stitching in my hands where I could look at the back. So yeah, that's been really interesting and really fun. That one's not yet. She sent goodies for us in our bag. And she sent the bags to send them to everybody. And they're so cute. She thought of everything. But these are her Floss Tags. I think she made these. Yeah, she made these. I say that because she customized the back of them with the symbols. I just like threw my floss in the bag. They're on floss drops, but I was like, here's my floss. But these are such beautiful colors. I wish, my lighting still isn't that great, but I wish I could convey how pretty, you see that light purple in there? And then there's a dark purple and lots of greens. And there's this blues. This blues. These two blues. Just, I mean, I wouldn't have expected that in this piece. And there are very few stitches in these colors, but they pop. They pop off. You see those blues? Just freaking shining through. I love this piece. It's a little hard to stitch on, as far as working on somebody else's piece. I did not anticipate that coming into my first round robin. I was very excited when I got this and I knocked out that border, that top border. And then I got sick and I couldn't pick it up for 2 weeks. I swear, 2 weeks. This is the only thing that I'm going to stitch on until I get it done. So, yes. But I've just seen Jen's new video, and she's not done with hers yet, so I'm like, phew. Let's put this one, I don't have that one in a project bag yet, so it was confusing me a little bit. Okay, this one, I've got some quilty lines on this bag, more of this pink fabric that I needed 8 yards of. And I'm very excited for this. There's a lot of firsts in this. This is Coffee and Eggs by the Artsy Housewife. I love this. I will stitch anything weird. Anything weird, and I'm not calling this weird, but it is quirky. Look at it. She's holding eggs. There's a giant chicken. I can't even with this pattern. So the first with this was, did I grab it? I bought the overdyeds. I've never bought overdyeds. There's hair on it. My hair. Does that make it better? I don't know. I bought them. There's a DMC in here, and then there's Blanc and 310, which I don't keep. Let me just hold this in front of my eyes. I don't keep them in projects. I just have them on my stitching table, so I can use them in any project that I need them in. That's been really fun. I went through and, side note, I went through all my projects and pulled all the floss out of all my whips. Don't ask me why, I'm not 100% sure. And I had like 23 tens and a bunch of whites, and yeah, in each project. Because I've got, I don't want to say, probably less than 30. It was like 18 in my whip parade, and I've started some stuff this year. So probably 25. Respectable 25. Anyways, these colors are fabulous. I wish I knew how to use them before I started this project, because now it's gonna look funny. This one here is Classic Colorworks Cauldron. I wish I could, it's like my dress. It's a little more gray, but it's got great variegation on it. And I didn't know how to use the variegation. It's a whole long story. I was talking to Brittany about it, and I was like, this just looks like a blend. I was using the loop start. I know, don't yell at me. It still looks really good. This is what I have done. This is what I was working on when I should have been working on my Carolyn Manning round robin before I got sick. It is on 18 count tea-dyed Ada, and look at that. If I don't say myself, that's pretty good. It's washing out a little bit, but I have to finish this loop start because that's how I did it to begin with. Do I wish this was stripy and variegated? Yes. But I'm going to switch. I don't want to continue doing loop start on these flowers, like the greens. One's steamed broccoli and one's pea pod. but I think they'll look funny if some of them are loop started and then some of them are actually variegated. But the whole pattern's kind of funny, so I don't know. I'm having thoughts about that. But the detail in this, like, look around the pink in the cups, there's, I think it's perfect pie crust. Yeah, it's just detailed AF, and I love that. Love that. So there's my progress on that. And I tried to do the calculations. So I was buying floss for Brittany, because she's my friend, and she stitches DMC just like me. So I was like, let's try this. And I got extras, but I also split some, like some of the less stitch count ones, and I may have to buy us more of that, which is totally fine. But I have extras. Brittany, hit me up if you need extras. I've got hazelnut, autumn spice, and red ribbon. And then if you need another one, I got you. But it's been fun to try the overdyes with somebody else. I really like stitching the same things with Brittany. She does some other projects. I do some other projects, but we have some in common whips. And that's really fun. I've never had that before. It's like a Sal, but it's like our secret Sal. It's not even a secret. It's just us. I have to put this page back in. Okay. Up next, I've got some things that have been, I got some giveaways that I won. Don't get too excited. We're not at a milestone yet, but when we are, we'll do some giveaways. So this is from Crow Stitcher. I believe their name is Andy. I could be wrong. But I watch them religiously. And this is Falling Leaves and Coffee Please. Let's see if it's actually called that. It is. And I won this. I really wanted the other pattern, but I put in for both and I got this one. And it's pretty. Like, coffee. I'm all about the coffee. Yeah. I got that. And then I'm going to try not to show any. I ripped this open like a heathen because I was so excited. I don't even want to give you a sneak peek. This is from Milka. From Mega Stitches. I had to think what her channel name was. And I ripped this open. It clearly says do not bend on the package on the other side. And they bent it. They folded that bee right up and put it in my mailbox. And I was like, are you kidding me? But I won this giveaway. And I'm so very excited. This is a Nora Corbett, which I have not had before. Which, is that a Mirabilia? Someone help me down below. Nora Corbett, Mirabilia. Are they the same person? I know maybe they're different brands. I don't know. I'm very excited. This is called, I have no flippin' idea. Oh, Cleo. Look at that. Look at that beauty. I can't get it. If I could just put this into my camera, I would. So you could see it clearly. She's got a crow. You can see the reflection of my ring light. Look how beautiful that is. I can't even. And it gets better. So I pulled the pattern out because I did not fold it back up right because I was so excited. She sent all the DMC. So, and that's a fat stack of DMC. She sent all of it. I wonder if there's one. She even sent the 310. Girl, you didn't have to send the 310. You're going above and beyond. I love that. Sorry, I'm yelling. I love Mocha. She sent some floss cards with yarn on them. Or is that DMC? Girl, did you take this picture? Did you take this picture? But it's got floss name and number on the back. It's got a big hole. And she sent me needles. Size 28 needles. Are you kidding me? That's what I use. And the best part. There's a note! I didn't even see the note! Noka! I'm not going to finish reading that because I don't want to cry. What if it gets real? She dyed the fabric. This is a 28 count Monaco. I had to look at it, sorry. 28 count Monaco. It's got purples, it's got browns, it's got blues or greens, I can't tell. It's gorgeous. I love it. She was like, I'm not a professional, like, just keep that in mind. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right? It's gorgeous. I love it. I mean, look at the purples in there. I love it. Thank you so much, Mocha. I can't believe I didn't see the note. You guys, she wrote me a whole note. Oh, and don't worry about the delay. I had plenty of stuff to stitch. Girl, I love you. I'm almost out of stuff to show. So I went on a journey. I need a breath because this is not cross stitch. But it's sewing. I decided to make my dress for a wedding that I have coming up. And here it is. It is this one here. It does not show that much leg. She is pushing her leg way out. It's a wrap dress. As you can see, it's got tailored cuffs here. I'm leaving mine open, so it's got flowy cuffs. It's got ruffles here and ruffles around the bottom. It's this view here. So it's got this, what letter is that shaped like? V. This V shape. Oh, it's more like a W. Alphabet with Justine. So I started this. It is hanging up back there. I've got the bodice and the sleeves. And then I stopped because I did not feel good. But that's on hold because I've got time. So what did I do when I started feeling better? I started working on some bags. Now, ooh, I've got all sorts of stuff. If you don't wish to see this, don't care about bag updates, I apologize, but I'm doing it anyways. I hope you have a good day if you're leaving. But I had problems with my sewing machine. Not recently. I fixed it. I don't even want to say what it was because it is so embarrassing that my brain didn't go, duh, I'll tell you. We're friends here. I'll tell you. So you use a zipper foot. I'll show you one of my old bags. You use a zipper foot to attach the zipper. And then you switch your foot. Sorry for yelling. You switch your foot to either a walking foot or your regular foot to do the binding. Now, because it's vinyl front, I have reasons why I wasn't switching my foot. Because it's vinyl front, the foot can stick to the vinyl. So I've heard. I've heard that it can stick to the vinyl and cause problems. So I just used my zipper foot. It's got one toe on it. One toe on it. And then the needle's off to the side so that your zipper would be on this side. And it works great for zippers. Does not work great for sewing your binding down. So the problem I was having, this is a good bag. Let's see if I can find a bag that will show it. It's a very minor problem I'm having, but I'm very much a perfectionist when it comes to, you'll see how minor it is. So here's a new bag. It's peacocks. It's wonderful. It's glorious. The problem I was having is along the bottom. Did you spot it yet? Right there. Right there. Do you see it? And right there. This is where I stopped, so I ended up with bunching. I tried to fix it right here before I got to the end, because this is where I started and where I ended. Is it? It is. So I'm coming along. I've done this whole, everything's going perfect, doing the corners, and then I get here, and there's bunching. And I did all sorts of research. I did, by research I mean Google searching, and it's like your seam allowance is moving, like you're not stitching a straight line. And I'm like, I am stitching the straightest lines, and I'm still getting this bunching. And I was ready to just explode, like, just, as somebody I know would say, rip a tree out of the yard. Like, I was so frustrated because I've got this stack of project bags that keep getting this bunching. And finally, I had a light bulb moment. And I was like, I'm going to switch to a regular foot. I don't have a walking foot yet. I'm going to switch to a regular foot, and it can't get worse than this. In my mind, this is like a huge deal. I was like, it can't get worse than this. And then, y'all, this is my floss tube full of yelling. I'm going to have to put that in the title. I made perfect project bags. They're perfect. There's no bunching. I love them. They've got beautiful fabric. Let me. Oh, they're perfect. They're perfect. There's that one. There's this one. No bunching. The straightest freaking lines. So excited. I've got this blue one. This pretty blue one. Now, business. I have an Etsy store. It is called The Shaky Stitcher. It's on Etsy, obviously. And I have these bags listed. I have my bunched up bags, and I'm talking where'd it go? Is this a different one? That's a different one. I'm talking very minimal bunching. Like right here. One little bunch. The rest of this bag is perfect. If I can find the zipper. This is a perfectly functional, beautiful bag. And I'm not going to rip it apart to salvage the materials because of one little bunch. Okay? So I have these listed for way cheaper than my other bags. My other bags are not expensive by any means. And I've got, this is embarrassing how long it took me. I've got a fat stack of project bags that have one little piece of bunching. Because I was just going along. I was like, it's got to be me. It's got to be the tension on my machine. It's got to be the stitch length. It's got to be I'm looking at everything but the foot on my machine. And I didn't switch the foot because the vinyl front. I could scream. I could scream that these are perfect. I could scream that I wasted so much time and materials getting a bunch on my other bags. Last thing. I've been rambling for way too long about these bags. Check them out. Shaky Stitcher. The Shaky Stitcher on Etsy. I will link it down below. I have talked so much my coffee is cold. My last project. This is from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch project folder tutorial. I showed one. I was like, why does it feel like I've already showed this? I showed one that was complete that I used the zipper foot on. The whole thing. The whole thing, because there's vinyl on it. But here's this one. It is Girl Space. If you can't tell. Little galaxy space stuff. It's upside down. I'm working on it. This is not done. I quilted these lines on here, which I love. I love how that looks. It gives it dimension. It feels nice. I've got my little magnet patch on here. I've got my pocket. I'm just using random fabrics that I have. So here's more of that 8 yards. But I've got a pocket here. And then a vinyl pocket goes over here. So, and then the binding all the way along the edges. Ignore my pen marks. They will iron out. But this has been a project. The patchwork on this took ages. Because this is a big boy. This is a whole folder. Took ages. I had taken a break because I wasn't sure what I was going to do about the quilting. But then I figured it out. Not how to quilt, but whether I was going to do cross-hatched or just one or vertical or all the options for quilting. I love this so much. I'm going to use, can you guess, a regular foot to do this binding. The binding on the other bag is so terrible, it's not even funny. Not even funny. It is disgusting. It's so bad. But I used my zipper foot and it was bunching and I'm trying to like pull it over. If you've ever done binding, you know, I'm trying to like pull it over and keep it from bunching and stitch the straightest line I can. And it's like bunching in the corners. You have to do origami. It's a whole thing. So I have high hopes for this now that I'm going to use my regular foot. And that's all, y'all. Oh, my Flosstube videos, I feel like are going downhill. But I'm keeping at it. I'm going to be back in 2 weeks. Plans. Coffee and eggs. That's my girl. Coffee and eggs. I may work on All Are Equal in Death. I may work on one I didn't show today. Why can't I think of the name? How long can I stare at you until I figure out the name? A Study in Nature. I've got red fabric for that. It's beautiful. What else? Any new starts that suit my fancy. I've got a couple I could start. Away We Ride. There's a sale going on for Away We Ride right now. I'll try to remember to look it up and tag it down below. I haven't been posting on Instagram either because I haven't been working on things very much. But that should pick back up. So if you miss me, not saying you do, but if anybody misses me, I will be back on Instagram. So I will continue working on Away We Ride in the school pickup line. And yeah, that's all I got, folks. I love you. Thank you. I know that's weird. That was weird. Was that weird? Was that too much? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Welcome, I should have said this in the beginning, to anybody that's new. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see my videos hopefully in 2 weeks. Hopefully in 2 weeks. That's the plan. And yeah, I hope you have a good day and happy stitching. Bye.